I suspect my aunts, uncles, cousins, stepsister, and so on are millionaires. They were living a life of luxury, a life of leisure. My family secretly has money. But my cousins, aunts, uncles, one of them worked as a police officer, another one worked as a sonogram technician, another one worked as a professor, and so on. These are not wealthy people. And when it comes to my parents are not millionaires. My parents weren't living a life of luxury. My parents were working 9 to 5, 5 days a week in the middle class. My father was a claims adjuster at an insurance company. My mother was a nurse. Obviously they were in the middle class. They were not millionaires. And, I'm lucky my parents are who they are. Obviously a lot of people with schizoaffective disorder have it much worse. They wind up in the psychiatric hospital with the state taking care of them on tons of medications. Well, I was on tons of medications, but my parents made it pretty easy for me. They got me my own apartment attached to their house. Obviously when it comes to my parents, did they... they purchased something for me that was out of their budget. Some people's parents purchase them like a really expensive car, and they don't have the money for it. They can't afford it. What my parents did is they purchased me the best in the business when it comes to psychiatry, psychopharmacology, and Dr. Garrett and Dr. Kaplan. That was out of their budget, therapy, and they purchased me the best in the business at psychiatry. And that's going to make all the difference in the long run. It helped me catch it, check it, change it. I made so much progress in psychiatry. Basically, if it wasn't, for my parents, I would still be saying, there was a pedophile ring, people were abusing me, and I just wouldn't be making sense. And, thanks to expert psychiatrists, I made a lot of progress. I love my parents. They love me. They weren't millionaires, they couldn't afford, the best of everything, and that's okay. Not everybody is born to a millionaire. Not everybody is born to wealthy people, and I wasn't. I was born in the middle class. But for the amount of money my parents had, for what they could provide me, they provided me with a really good life. There are a lot of people with schizoaffective disorder or schizophrenia who wind up homeless on the streets, begging for money. So even though we didn't have money, I had it pretty good thanks to who my parents are, you know what I mean? So I should thank my parents. I should say to my parents, I love you. I should kiss their feet, because it could have been a lot worse for me.